Guys, what's up? Darcy here at 6 Strings 9 Lives. I think it was about a year and a half ago. I did a video featuring the two latest live reissues from DIO, Holy Diver Live and Evil or Divine. Both fantastic reissues from BMG. Today I'm going to take a closer look at the next two that were just released within 2 weeks, I guess. Donington 83 and Donington 87. Now, this was originally released in 2010. The CD has both shows on it from that time, from 2010. And I guess, please let me know in the comments if you have an original on vinyl. Was it all on one, or was it two separate albums like they've done here? Now, I get the, the financial end of separating these. Wendy Dio is, no slouch at selling me things, that's for sure. But I'm going to I'll go over each one of these, show you what's, all involved and, similar to that last video. And maybe it'll help you if you do want to make that purchase. But before we get into that, I got a question for you guys. I have a list that I'm almost up to 50 of my all-time favorite hard rock and metal albums. And let me know in the comments if you'd like to see videos of that nature. I'm thinking I've done other videos where it's 10 of my favorites. And in this case, I would like to break it out into 10s. Not really ranking them, because these 50 albums are kind of important to me in different ways. But I'd like to show 10 at a time, keep the video length down. I know there's, if you look in your YouTube studio and the retention or the length of time people really watch, an hour and a half video is probably going to get skipped through quite a bit. So what I'd like to do is just do 10 at a time, 10 of my favorite hard rock and metal albums of all time, and just tell you, that would give me a chance to tell you a little bit about why I love these albums. And I think 50 is good, a good number. And it's just one of those videos that or series of videos that I would break out and spread out a little bit, because once they're done, they're done. You're not gonna, it kind of drives me nuts at times when people do these videos and say, oh, this could change in a week. Well, I'm not that way, put it that way. I want to put some thought into these 50 and make sure that they're the 50 that I love. And to be honest, I'm pretty confident in that. And I'd love to tell you a little bit about why I love those albums. So let me get a quick drink. And you're here for some DIO. So as soon as I see anything DIO, it's pretty much an automatic purchase. These Donington releases there's 3 different options you could buy. You could buy the CD version with that has quite a bit of extra tracks and stuff like that. And it's those hard book versions, really well done. Then you have the double vinyl without the lenticular cover. And then you have the double vinyl with the lenticular cover, which I went with I'm not gonna be able to say this word if I say it too much. Lenticular, I went with that option again, as I did before. If you watched on my room tour, I have put those in some frames, and actually I got one here to show you. The lenticular covers are kind of sticky tacked to the front jacket. You can easily remove them with a little bit of heat from a blow dryer. Slowly pry it off, remove that little sticky tack glue, and that's what I've done. I'll just show you one that I have framed. This is Holy Diver Live from last time. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it actually wiggle or move, but they're 12 by 12, and I got what you would call a 13 by 13 inch frame. Inexpensive. They're hovering around $18 to $20. These frames, they're just like thick black border. Actually, they're quite heavy, but that's what I've done with my lenticular covers. I'm running out of room, so I don't know if I'll be able to do that with this, but anyways, let's get rolling into this video. So, like I mentioned earlier in the video, I don't know if the original release for this Donington 83-87 on vinyl was separate or, an all-in-one shot, but in this case, they have separated them, and here it is, the first one. So this is Donington 83, and this is the lenticular cover that was tacked on here. So I'll just slide that off. It's basically just you know, same as the front cover is the same as the lenticular cover. And let's see if we can see this wiggle a little bit, but it's hard to see it kind of move on camera. But love these. I don't know. Like I said, I'm running out of room. We'll figure out what we're going to do with those next. Here is the hype sticker for this one. I'll read that one to you. This is DIO at Donington, limited edition 3D lenticular LP album art print. So, and like I said, this one is available without the lenticular cover. Probably it's about $8 to $10 difference to get the. I know the previous ones were a little cheaper, but yeah, all vinyl prices have been shooting up here lately. So, side 4 of the vinyl features an etching, exclusive etching, which we will talk about here shortly. The complete legendary 1983 Donington performance. And, you know, those first few DIO albums like Holy Diver and The Last in Line Last in Line, they're all just, they're etched in my brain, put it that way. So to hear some of these, you know, live versions, a lot of this just, some of the live versions just sound so good. They're just more electric, more, I don't know. But let's show you, here is the front cover of that one. Here's the back cover, so Donington 83, the massive, huge crowd, something that I live here in Canada. I've never been to one of these massive festivals, and I always say one day, but man, I don't know if I could do it at, you know, I'm getting a little older. But here is the gatefold for that. So side A, we have Stand Up and Shout. Great, just sounds awesome. Of course, you know, this is the era with Vivian Campbell on guitars, which he absolutely shines on this album. Jimmy Bain on bass, Vinny Appice on drums, and Claude Schnell on keyboards, and of course Ronnie on vocals. I will show you the two inners, but yeah, check out actually the version of Rainbow in the Dark is on both of these albums that I'll show you, but this version, you know, that prominent keyboard sound that is on the original, you know, it's up front where the guitars are kind of in behind. It's almost totally reversed on this live version. Vivian Campbell's guitar playing is absolutely awesome on Rainbow in the Dark, and the keyboards are kind of just set back a little bit on that song, because I've always loved that song, and I know some people can take it or leave it, and maybe because of that big keyboard, you know, sound, I don't know. But check out the live version of this. Of course, when you have a DIO live album, you got some stuff from Rainbow, you got some Black Sabbath stuff. So we got Children of the Sea, Man on a Silver Mountain, Heaven and Hell, of course, Holy Diver, and sometimes I can take or leave the guitar solos and the drum solos on these live albums, but it's part of it and it's pretty cool. So here it's a double set of double vinyl, only 3 sides. The 4th side is etched, but so here is inner number 1. Always some cool artwork there, and there's a picture of Ronnie there, and there's Donington 83 there, and another picture of Ronnie here. So I had mentioned earlier that there's an etching on here. Let's just show you we'll just show you the vinyl with the etching, but we'll show you the C side first. All these center rings are the same on all of the 3 sides with songs on them. So there is that time of day we got a bit of a glare, but you get the gist of that. And then the etching is going to be tough to see, because honestly, this is some of the worst etching attempt I've seen personally. That remastered version of Holy Diver that just came out a few months ago is much better than this, and that was not good. So you probably won't even be able to see this. The etching on here is actually of this picture. I'll show you. The etching is of this right here, and some skulls at the bottom, it's supposed to be. And I'm just afraid you won't even be able to see much on here because it is, yeah, like literally you're just seeing my background because it is, you're really seeing nothing here, and it's almost like seeing nothing. It is so hard to see. So any of you that have picked this up, I think you can back me up on the etching. Just take my word for it because it's a waste. I'm sure they probably could have just crammed this on, a single album set instead. But other than that etching debacle, these are really well done. The packaging is great. And on to the next one. Let's go to, and here's the hype sticker for the next one. So this is DIO at Donington. Well, same thing. Album art print. Side 4 features exclusive etching. Yeah, exclusive. I don't know about that. The complete legendary 1987 show. So this is, you got the only change as far as the band goes on this one is Craig Goldie came in on the Dream Evil album. You know, if you have the live intermission album, that was Craig's first appearance on a DIO release, I believe. And then, yes, right into Dream Evil. But other than that, all the other band members are the same. So here's the lenticular cover for, and the cover for Donington 87. So just slide that off. Like I said, really easy to remove. You know, don't be too rammy. Just ease it off as you're applying some heat, kind of underneath and in between. It comes right off, trust me. But you don't want to be going ripping it without a little bit of heat though. So here is the front cover, the back cover, and what do we got here? Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. This is actually the etching on side 4, which I will try to show you. But like I said, the way better attempt at that etching would have been nice. There's a picture of Ronnie. And the one thing I'll throw in here, Ronnie's voice live is just, it is spot on. It's, you know, at times I would even go as far as to say it was better than on some live albums, or sorry, on some studio albums. It's just full of energy. You know, he's not a massive crowd pumper upper type of guy. But he gets his point across. But just a fantastic live voice. Track listing. So you got, I think there's about 5 tracks that are the same, you know, as the Donington 83 show. You know, those staples like, so at the time of the 83 show, there was nothing past 83, of course, as far as studio material goes. But you got Heaven and Hell on here, Man on a Silver Mountain. But this one starts off with Dream Evil, which is the tour cycle they were on at the time. And on this one, they did Black Sabbath, Neon Nights, which is awesome. Naked in the Rain, Rock and Roll Children, which is off of Sacred Heart. And what else? All the Fools Sailed Away, really good. And this one ends off with Rainbow in the Dark. I would say this is a really good live version of Rainbow in the Dark too. The keyboards are a little more upfront than they are versus the Donington 83 show, but not, the guitars are far from being buried in the mix. And you know, Craig Goldie's got a little bit different of a style. Here's the band at the time. So you got Claude, Jimmy, Vinny, Craig here, who absolutely, a quick look, just looks so much like Rudy Sarzo. And Ronnie in the middle. And here's the 2 inners for that one. So here's the Donington 87 kind of logo at the time. And picture of the band. And Donington 87 on this one. And then another picture of Ronnie. So these are thick cardboard, really well done. I do change those over to, you know, some anti-static MoFi type of sleeves. Because I find that thicker paper will scratch your records if you're not, you know, if you want to be careful with that for sure. So here is, we'll just show you one of the 2 vinyl again. Center rings are the same on all. So we'll just show you this C side right here. So pretty cool. And then this etching is, the etching is supposed to be, if you could see it. It's this. That is the etching, which I think I already mentioned already. Sorry about that, but let's see if we can actually even see, though you can actually see some of it there. I got stuff blocking my light right now that time of day, but let's see if we can get anything here. No, you're just seeing all my background. There's a CD rack. Anyways, this is just, like I said, probably, not even probably, this is the worst attempt at an etching I have of my collection. It's not well done. It's just kind of a, let's get this thrown in there and let's get this out to the public and we'll worry about it later type of thing. And yeah, but the etching is not why I bought these albums anyways. I bought them because I'm a big Dio fan and I love to listen to live renditions. Sometimes I'll go to the live album at this stage of the game with Dio, you know, knowing the discography fairly well, you know, really well for the, you know, the first 6 albums have always been, 6 or 7 albums have always been real highlights for me. Listen to them quite a bit, but you know, but it's just nice to get to hear Ronnie perform live. Great live performer. Got to see him once in my life, and that was 2007 when they came out as Heaven and Hell. Great show. Megadeth opened for them that year, and yeah, that was my only time ever getting to see Dio. So if you've picked up these two, let me know what you think. Also, let me know if you have an original of on vinyl. Is it, you know, like I asked, was it combined or separate like this? I imagine that from 2010, that's about 12 years ago. It's probably worth a few dollars too, that one. And let me know in the comments, do you want to would you like to start to see some of my all-time favorite hard rock and heavy metal albums? I will do a series of you know, 5 videos. We'll break them out into 10 so we can chat a little bit about each album. And you know, I was thinking just put a little bit of background in there of you know, why those albums mean so much to me. Was it my introduction to the band? Did I see a live show at the time? Always fun to talk about stuff like that. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this. If a little bit helpful if you were on the fence about purchasing these. The vinyl versions, I can say, besides the etching, are very well done and worth the money. I love the lenticular covers. Hopefully I can find some room to hang up those two somewhere in here. And anyways, until next time, stay heavy.